Once again, you already know what it is, and you already know where you have reached the number one collaborative professional wrestling podcast anywhere in the world. This is Clash of the Podcast presented by Conrad Cushman of Everything Pro Wrestling. That's the man immediately to my left. And then Hubbard Wrestling Weekly, represented by myself, Sean Hubbard. That's me. We are really fired up for another big time episode. There's a lot of me. Hey. Fired up, man. For the people on audio, man, Conrad's giving me the too sweet, Scott Hall vibes. But we're ready to rock and roll, man. It's another big time episode. 144 is ready to rock and roll. We're ready to rock with you guys. The chat's in the building. I'm in the building. Conrad's in the building. We got a lot of pay-per-views to talk about, a lot of real life news, some heads up going on, man. It's like everything is crazy right now. But that's why you're here. That's why Clash of the Podcast exists, to bring you the best in professional wrestling. So with that being said, there's only one thing left to do, and that's for me to say, Conrad, drop that thing.
It's Monday, and you know what time it is. Clash of the Podcast time. Welcome, everybody. Sean, man, we're going to talk. We need at least a minute for some basketball talk, man.
Oh, boy. I mean, I'm ready for Game 7 tonight. Game 7 tonight, we're going to – oh, wait, but no, there is no Game 7 because the way it should have played out was that the New York Knicks would be playing in Game 7 tonight, but – I want to be clear. It's not that we're not playing Game 7 tonight because we lost Game 6. We're not playing a Game 7 tonight because we choked away. And yes, lifelong Knick fan and enthusiast saying the word choke because we choked away Game 1. You cannot be in a situation where you're playing the Indiana Pacers where the team is universally recognized as your equal and be forced to win 5 games out of 7. Yes, I said 5 games out of 7 because the Knicks gave away Game 1. So we won that game, but we didn't win that game because we literally gift-wrapped it to them. And then you're asked to win 4 more, and that's just not possible. So Game 6 would have been an Indiana victory no matter what. I always said, Conrad, you're my witness, I always said we were going to steal 1 in Indiana, which we did. But unfortunately, Indiana stole 2 in New York, and that's the reason why we're home right now. It was a good year, but I can't help but think about what might have been.
Yeah, I think I told you this earlier, so this is kind of off the microphone topic, but I believe the Knicks are 1 player away. If they can get 1 more superstar with them to help Brunson out and people who can put stuff away, I really think that they're going to be a problem next year. I think they built to beat the Celtics.
Giannis Antetokounmpo, to your point, is on the table. The problem is that the New York Knicks would have to give up a lot. Now, for me, there are 3 non-negotiables as it relates to the New York Knicks. Those 3 non-negotiables are Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart, and OG Anunoby. Under no circumstances would I trade either one of those 3 guys away. For me, it's looking like the deal would require something along the lines of Giannis for here's my proposed deal. Here's what it would take to get Giannis and what I'd be willing to do.
Is he a trade or is he a free agent?
He's a trade. It would be a trade.
Okay.
If it was a free agent, it'd be a no-brainer. Go out and get him. But in this case, it's a trade. So for me, this is the deal that I would go for. No more, and we wouldn't be able to do it for any less. It would be OG Anunoby off the table, Josh Hart off the table, and Brunson off the table. The trade would be Giannis for Mitchell Robinson, Karl Anthony Towns, and Mikal Bridges. That's what I'd be willing to part with in order to get Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Oh, man. Cat, that's a lot right there, though. That's a lot.
Cat has to go because any trade for Giannis is going to include Cat because they're going to want something in return. Cat. You might as well say if we get Giannis, Cat is definitely gone. There's no way Cat and Giannis are going to be on the same team. So the only difference now becomes, Conrad, it's going to be Giannis for Cat and what? And if you're the New York Knicks, you have to figure out what you're willing to give up. I would not give up Hart. I would not give up Brunson, and I would not give up OG. The only pieces that are attractive to any other teams would be somebody like a Deuce McBride, a Mitchell Robinson, a Karl Anthony Towns, or Mikal Bridges. So, the New York Knicks are just going to have to figure out.
He's the first one I'm going to get. You're in the plan.
Right. So the bottom line is this. We had, if you had given me a crystal ball and said that the New York Knicks would be in the Eastern Conference Finals, I would have been thrilled. But again, big shout out to Jocelyn, the resident
Pacers
fan. The New York Knicks gave this series away in game one. You're not going to beat, again, for anybody who doesn't understand my analogy, I know Conrad gets it because I broke it down for him earlier. You're not going to beat the Pacers 5 games out of 7. What are you talking about, 5 games out of 7? We gave away game one. You're not going to beat them 5 games out of 7. And that's the bottom line. So, God willing, we'll be back next year. Don't give up the house to get Giannis. But if you can just give up the garage, go ahead and do it.
Yeah, if you think it's worth it. I mean, like I said, if you could get a situation where you have both of them, fantastic. I don't know how that happens.
Well, I don't know how that would happen. Yeah.
Well, maybe the Bucks want future draft picks or something, though, because they
maybe it could. Listen, sign me up if they're willing to give up Giannis Antetokounmpo and not take back Karl Anthony Towns. Sign me up.
Let it rock, right? All right, man. Joel, he came in, he jumped up to the top with a $1 super chat. We thank you, my friend. Thank you.
Joel, we appreciate you, man.
He says, happy Monday, Sean and Conrad. Happy Monday to you, Joel.
Happy Monday to you, too.
Clown is in the house.
Queasy, 1-3-easy, 4-tweezy.
Says, afternoon, everyone. We appreciate you, Clown. We got our good friend Ray Thompson in the house dropping us a message.
Ray Thompson, before Game 6, sent me a private message as an admitted non-basketball enthusiast. He respects the game. He appreciates the game. Ray Thompson, if I'm misrepresenting you, please correct me, but I think I got it right. As a non-basketball enthusiast, but someone who respects the game and understands my fandom he reached out to me before Game 6 and offered his well wishes and said by default he would be rooting for the New York Knicks. I appreciate it, Ray. It did not work out, but thank you so much.
He tried, and they tried. Looking forward to Styles and Punk sharing a WWE ring together tonight. Wish it would be a one-on-one match, though.
Mm-hmm.
Having flashbacks of Ring of Honor, man.
There you go.
Quills in the house. He said, what up, Conrad, Sean, and chat? Your boy Sir Quills is back to enjoy my 2 favorite bros, CJ and Hubs, for episode 144 of the best wrestling podcast out today, Clash of the By God podcast. Hashtag EPW, hashtag HWW. Who's looking forward to Money in the Joke Saturday night? Anybody?
Shout out to Quills. He and I were chatting a little bit on Instagram today. Big shout out to him. And big shout out to M. Leezy, Fo, Sheezy. Hello, good evening, everyone. Hope you had a good weekend, and let's kick the week off right with our 2 aces of the pro wrestling community. We thank you, M. Leezy. We have officially deemed you the news correspondent of Clash of the Podcast. Always on top of things.
Much appreciated, man. And Matt is in the Discord, and he has been, me and him and a couple others have been tearing it up. Like, you want news about wrestling in Puerto Rico? We got you. You want news about wrestling in Japan? Got you. Joshi, got you. MLW, we got you. We've been coming with everything. So make sure you are in that Discord. If you guys don't know what Discord is, it's just a fun little group. We just get in there and talk. So feel free. If you guys want to join, join. XG Dub, yo.
XG Dub, always a pleasure, my guy.
Appreciate it. Joel likes those glasses, Sean.
Thank you, sir.
Someone said Slim. What is this? Slim Jim branded tables. What's next? What up, James from the Pro Wrestling Show?
Yeah, it's getting a little ridiculous.
I'm 50-50 on that one. I don't even have that as a topic because I already told Sean, like, I got to do some stuff while I'm out and about when I'm not doing this. And I was like, look, I can't put any more news articles in this show, man, for us. But yeah, I don't know. Why are tables under the ring? I don't know. Do you feel that's ridiculous too? I don't know.
It's not, I don't know. It is what it is.
You know, I think it was Sabu or somebody who said that once. They're like, how'd the tables get there? Oh, just grab it. He's just like, he said eventually just gave up arguing about it, but he was like, doesn't make sense. If it was the timekeeper's table, that made sense. But now it's like,
By the way, I want to ask Jocelyn a question to see how realistic of a fan she is. Not just a fanatic, but a realistic fan. Because I hope Jocelyn realizes, and I hope Pacer Nate, and this is not me hating. And you know how I'm going to prove that I'm not hating, Conrad? Because I'm going to say the Knicks would have lost to the Thunder as well. Okay, so that's how I'm going to start it. I hope Jocelyn and Pacer Nation realize that Oklahoma City is going to win this series in 5 games or less. I hope. They are a house.
I think they're going to use the same thing that they used to beat Denver.
Oh, they're going to
fresh legs. I think Denver's the better team. But it's fresh legs. They have fresh. I noticed the old man ball. It worked, but it wasn't going to work like those fresh legs. They get down there. There's no one there for the layups. I'm like, you can't.
Guy will Gamble says Thunder in 3. That's hilarious.
Yo, terrible guy.
They're gonna beat them so bad the first 3 games. They're gonna say Game 4 can't even happen. Nah, shout out to the Pacers though. I don't want this in any way sound like hate. I do think the Knicks gave away Game 1. This is for you too, Conrad. I don't want to misrepresent it to you either. I believe the Knicks the whole world knows the Knicks gave away Game 1, right? So by default, right? Just to prove that my argument is not just me being a fan, it's a logical argument. If the New York Knicks gave away Game 1, ipso facto, we'd be playing Game 7 tonight. Am I right or am I wrong?
Correct.
Okay, so that's all I'm saying.
And I don't think there's anything wrong with saying that. I mean, I was rooting for him too. Listen, I stopped being a Knicks fan a long time ago. I promise you. I used to have John Starks jerseys, all that.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. I don't hate them. I root for them underneath, but I stopped like, yo, I can't cheer for this franchise, bro. What are we doing? It's rough out there. So they're still one of my teams, but they're not my like, you know.
I respect it. Yeah, admit it, bro. You cheer for the Knicks off the strength of me.
Yeah, well, no, just because it's the Knicks, it's New York.
Yeah, there you go. But enough about basketball. See you guys in October as it relates to basketball.
Yeah, hopefully. BJ says, "What up, y'all? Hope you had a good Monday." Beach, what up? BJ is going to be joining me on Thursday for that. We're not doing a live 4-hour review of that Dynamite show for the next 2 weeks. Week 1, BJ's joining me on Thursday, so make sure you guys are there. 7 p.m. We're going to go, so a little different for the next 2 weeks, but show us some love. Doug, another Monday, another clash. Missed last week. Conrad, Sean, chat, teach me. Appreciate you. How about them Yankees this weekend? How about them Yankees yesterday, bub? Quiet down.
My Mets are back in first place. Just throwing it out there.
By the way, this is ridiculous as well. Giannis with Wemby is ridiculous.
Yo, Giannis if Giannis goes to the Spurs and somehow they keep De'Aaron Fox and Wemby in that trade, yo, Spurs to the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah, they're gonna be a player again. McKinney's in the house. What's good, McKinney? He said, I'm here to talk wrestling with the Fire Live chat. My favorite homies in the podcast biz, Clash of the Podcast. And to let y'all know, life isn't a video game. You only get one life and no continues.
Big shout out to McKinney. He sent me a nice clip today. 4 letters, 1 word. Yeet.
I got a friend on TikTok who does radio stuff in Texas. He always says that too. I laughed. He had a little video up for it. Every time he sees me pop in, he goes, same thing. I don't even know what the phrase is. What is it? 4 letters, 1 word.
4 letters, 1 word. Yeet.
And then he'll just give and if you know wrestling, you know what he's talking about. But if you don't, they're probably like, what is this DJ talking about? T Ferg's in the house. What's good, fellas? I know you guys are going to discuss our truth, right? That's the first thing we're going to get to as soon as we get through these. Jocelyn's in the house. Hey, Michelle's internet was talking crazy, calling the Pacers garbage, but they intentionally lost Game 5.
No, Jocelyn. Okay. I've shown you and will continue to show you nothing but the utmost respect. But that is ridiculous. There's no way that anyone that plays a professional sport is literally going to give a game away. Don't do that. Don't do. And I'm not just talking. I'm talking to anybody in the civilized world who repeats that ridiculous theory that the Knicks won Game 5 because Indiana did not care. Are you really going to believe that a professional basketball team that is one win away from their Super Bowl, the NBA Finals, is going to intentionally lose Game 5 to try and win Game 6 at home with the risk that possibly let's not even say the New York Knicks are a better team, right, Conrad? Let's just say, for argument's sake, that the Indiana Pacers threw away Game 5 on purpose for the purpose of winning Game 6 at home. Let's just say, for argument's sake, that's the case. Chat, let me know if you agree. So you're going to throw away Game 5 in hopes to win Game 6 at home and risk Tyrese Halliburton twisting an ankle? Risk Pascal Siakam twisting an ankle? Are we really gonna roll with the theory that the Pacers lost Game 5 on purpose? Are we really gonna do that?
I would never say that, but I also listen. You don't want my thoughts on basketball.
No. I mean, help me if I'm bugging. If you Conrad and Chet, does anybody believe that the Indiana Pacers literally were in their locker room or on the bus before Game 5 and said, "Hey guys, we're one win away from the finals. We're gonna lose Game 5 on purpose to go back to Indy"? Do you really believe that?
No. I would hope nobody would want to lose.
Yeah. Shout out to my guy Derek. I'm just saying, come on, don't do that.
Jesse Pro Wrestler Shoot, what's good, brother?
What up, Jesse?
Spike Lee for Giannis is crazy. Yo, Pro Wrestler Shoot, make sure you go over on Twitch and give them a follow too. We usually promote their YouTube. Go over to their Twitch as well. Jesse's been doing some live streams over there trying to make some things happen. So show him some love. Same handle, Pro Wrestling Shoot. Hop in there, show some love.
Happy born day to Christopher Leclerc. God bless you.
Yes, I saw that before. I'm getting there, Chris. I promise. I'm trying to jump around. Hassan is another one we haven't seen yet. Hi there, guys. Happy Pride Day. Happy Pride Day, man. If you celebrate, enjoy, be loved. You are loved over here by us, and be great. Let's see. Who said something? Someone just said something about Punk and Styles. I think it was Matt. It's a crime Punk and Styles' first match in so long had to be sharing a parody of Lucha Libre. Yo, chill. Derek's in the house. What's good, man? Appreciate you. This is where I was going with Jocelyn. We all know American sports are scripted. Those refs tried to let it go to Game 7. But if they were going to do that,
if that was the case, then how come we're not playing right now? How come there's not a Game 7 if that's the case?
I'm not going to lie to you, Jocelyn. I actually think that the Knicks were fouled a couple times on some of those.
Come on, somebody. Come on, somebody. Thank you, Conrad. I mean, Karl Anthony Towns and Jalen Brunson were assaulted every time they went to the basket. You know, I don't want to talk about this anymore. I was in a good place. I don't want to talk about this anymore.
All right. Sports talk is banned.
Yes. All right. Thank you.
But Jocelyn, you won. Best of luck to your team.
Yes, best of luck. Yes.
Both teams were not just.
I don't know. Look,
what I'm saying.
Yeah,
there were some egregious ones on the other side, though. And you could watch the game. And I listen from someone who's played. I'll yell at people all the time. I just had an argument with some youngsters yesterday about Euro steps and stuff. I said, if your center does that Euro step, he's getting called for travel. I promise you. So just be thankful. Just know what I'm talking about.
Bottom line, let's put a stamp on this because we're here for pro wrestling. Jocelyn, congratulations. Good luck in the finals. Oklahoma City's the better team, but as we saw in the Eastern Conference Finals, the better team does not always win.
Facts. Let me see here. Going back in. Did I miss anybody?
I got to read McKinney's comment, and then I promise I'm going to move on. He says, happy birthday to Christopher. And it says, it's one thing to tank a season when you're playing like crap to get a lottery pick, but blowing a playoff game, never. Amen.
I would hope not. Byron Cutler, welcome. We're going to get into some graps here and talk about it. Like I said,
shout out to Byron Cutler. I don't think that it's as obvious as you think about Solo Sikoa. I think that, oh my, let's talk about it.
Oh yeah, big time. Let's talk about it because Brother Kush don't see it. But we'll get into it. But first, we got to get into these news bits.
There's news in wrestling this week? Whatever do you mean?
Lots of it. Sean, check the private chat too when you get.
Absolutely.
30. So, Cactus, good evening. We are doing good, brother. Cactus is another Indiana guy, so appreciate you. But you guys are in, man. Let's talk about it. First, events happening. All In. Don't forget they got 2 matches announced. All In Texas, Saturday, July 12th. If you are AEW fans, you're probably going to want to make sure you check that one out. And TNA Against All Odds happening this Friday. So if you guys want to watch that, make sure that you are watching. Triller TV will have the show, and I think the TNA app will as well.
Looking forward to that.
I am. I'm sad about this.
It's hard not to be sad about this if you have a heart.
R-Truth is leaving WWE after the contract expires. And I know some people are going to make comparisons because AEW just had Abaddon, Bear Bronson, and I feel like there was one more, but I can't think of who else it was. If someone knows, let me know in the chat. But they're going to make that comparison, Sean. What do you expect? What do you want here?
I sent you a very long voice note today about an hour ago that you did not get because I forgot to press send. About this. This is one of the most heartbreaking releases / not renewing a contract I've ever experienced as a fan. This man has shucked and jived and danced and essentially forfeited who he was as Ron Killings, the former NWA heavyweight champion, for the betterment of World Wrestling Entertainment. For years. And I kid you not, it's one of the most reprehensible and awful things I've ever experienced in wrestling. This broke my heart, like no cap. This broke my heart, and I'm really sorry to hear that. And it's going to be a big loss for us fans. WWE doesn't care. WWE doesn't care. It's just another spoke on the wheel to them. But it's really sad. That's all I can say.
Yeah, R-Truth definitely deserves better. You can see that he was loved by a lot of the locker room. People said that it was total nonsense. Another called it ruthless. Listen, if you go back to episode 1 of this podcast, me and Sean will always be able to go back to that. And I think it's a pivotal point in pro wrestling because it was Triple H took over. That is the first thumbnail for Clash of the Podcast. And you know what the little preview predecessor was to see how this was going to work? The Vince McMahon retirement.
Yep.
So me and Sean kicked off with both of those things. Goosebumps right now talking about that. Not in a good way either for the situations and stories. But as far as just what we've done and how it's bookmarked, and you could follow the journey with us, kind of if you listen to every episode in chronological order. Me and Sean have not been with it like most people have been. You can go on the internet all day. You'll find people who are like, I love WWE booking. I love the stuff. And it's kind of changing right now. But things to consider, man. It's not sunshine and rainbows. This is a ruthless corporation. You have taken Vince McMahon, Gomez, whatever you want to call him today, out of it. Once he's out of it, there is no more I can do something out of my heart because I started this. I made this. I did this. It is ruthless now. This is Walmart. This is, name another corporation. Starbucks.
Target.
Target, wherever you want to go and you shop, that's a corporation. They are ruthless. They don't care. It's about the bottom dollar. Did we make money or not? Get rid of 3 people then. Oh, that's profit now that we hit the number we needed? Good. That's how they think. I'm sorry to tell people that. It sucks. And those are the games that are going to be played. And I know some people, our truth put it up. I thought this was a joke at first. Like I was like, let me wait a second here and think about this.
Definitely not a joke.
Not a joke. And Sean, I think we've criticized our truth more than most would too. I know I have. And E had a good conversation with me about it. And I have with my buddy Casey, Rob, and a bunch of other people, Derek too. Our truth pains me because I know our truth is funny to some. I know our truth is comedy relief, and he will always find a way to get himself over. He's in his 50s. He finds a way to get on TV. He does his thing, right? He's got a spot that he always had. I wanted serious our truth. And if you knew you were going to do this, which I don't think they did, if you knew you were going to do this, I would have had him do one serious angle with John Cena then. But we didn't do that.
Nope.
Why couldn't he just be our truth, like serious world title contender one time? But maybe that's not what people would have wanted.
Why do you think? Why do you think? I mean,
you want my real answer? I think they have no clue what they're doing. Like I think that
that's not what it is.
So you think they knew they were going to release truth for a while? I don't think so.
I think our truth is being made an example out of and humiliated. And not only is he been humiliated as a character, they're going to kick him in the pants on the way out the door and say, thank you for your 15, 20 years of service, to which case we've never given you anything back. The fact that they sit up here and call that ladder match with Miz a WrestleMania moment is disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. There's just no question about it. You know, this is a far greater issue than just pro wrestling to me, Conrad. This is about so much more than pro wrestling. There's a level of disrespect here that is much farther reaching than the world of professional wrestling.
And I think you had levels to this too. Matt brought up R-Truth should be an agent. Why couldn't he go to NXT? Be a coach. He'll show you like, hey, look, if you got to make the best of the spot you're given, I'll show you how to do it. He's always done it all his career, even as K-Quick. He found a way to get on TV.
Yeah, but I'll tell you one thing about R-Truth. One day, Ron Killings is going to wake up and he's going to realize that he probably shouldn't have done as much as he did. I think maybe that day has probably already come. Probably the day that he realized they weren't going to renew his contract. I think that he realized I pretty much the word of the day on Hubbanomics last week was slut. I mean, we love R-Truth and we respect him, but he did kind of slut himself out. Let's call a spade a spade. I'm not disrespecting the man, but you're the former NWA World Heavyweight Champion, and you're walking around talking to Little Jimmy. He's been talking to Little Jimmy for 15 years. Is that really a thing? Was it just my imagination, chat, Conrad, that he spoke to Little Jimmy literally last week?
I think they had him do remember where he turned heel angle? I think R-Truth put himself into a comedy role because he was funny to them, and then you get stuck in it. It's kind of like
R-Truth is going to have a come to Jesus meeting with himself.
Do you remember what they used to tell you?
What?
Sorry. I said, do you remember what they used to tell you? Like, if you're too cold Scorpio, don't tell Vince you could dance. And then he said his wife was at the meeting with him and brought up he could dance. It's like, because now guess what you're about to be doing? Dancing. Oh, Flash, you are so. And it's like, what? Yep. I'm talented. I can do this. But people were trying to portray themselves in different lights. Shout out to Wrestling News Shorts for joining us, man. I appreciate you coming in here, man. Thank you guys for showing love. Appreciate you guys. Hit that like button, man. I see we're running it up now. Let's go.
Jocelyn, it was a contract non-renewal.
Yes. So our True Set release, it's technically a contract non-renewal. I think that's the case in all the cases that we're going to talk about.
Yeah, Carlito they've decided not to re-up Carlito.
I mean, while we're here, let's get to it. Carlito exiting WWE, similar to our Truth, deal will not be renewed once it's run its course. He'll be departing the company, according to PW Insider. I thought Carlito looked great. You never really used him after you got him back. I got nothing. That's it. I kept seeing that reaction. What was it, Backlash Puerto Rico, when they went crazy? Like, nah, nothing there.
Another talent wasted.
I think Carlito always had that problem, truthfully, but that's just me. Getting into some more of these things. I mean, dude, I don't know, man. I don't know. And then Valhalla, formerly known as Sarah Logan, shared on social media she'll be leaving once her contract expires as well. Not needed. I mean, I don't know. It sucks. Like, I don't want to see anybody lose their job. I get it. The releases suck, but I don't know. I don't know what's next.
Not much to do. I mean, but WWE does not handle their talent very well. I don't think they do.
I think them and AEW have a problem because they need to have a roster big enough for injuries due to the style of today. But at the same time, you're going to have a lot of people who sit bench and they're not going to like that. And you're waiting for an opportunity. And then you got to knock it out the park when you get that opportunity. Some do, some don't, you know? Who would have thought Goldberg would have got to the level he did when you first saw him? Did you think that? I saw this dude in black tights. I'm like, oh, he's about to get crushed real quick by Hugh Morris. And then, hey, it happened.
Well, we also agree that, well, at least I'd like to say that Goldberg didn't deserve the success he had either.
No, they kind of just stamped him with it.
I mean, to me, he's one of the most talentless guys in the history of the industry, who ended Bret Hart's career like a freaking moron. By the way, Bill, this is not Taekwondo. It's wrestling. Idiot.
Let me see here. Mark Henry said Vince should have kept Truth. TKO doesn't care. Where's McKinney? McKinney had a long one here. Let's read this one. He said TKO. What?
McKinney has a long one? Pause.
Play. TKO put themselves on a target. This man is a beloved figure in and out of the ring. I hope Triple H got the word late, because why not make the match with Cena a career match? We love you, Truth. I told you, I think there were just better ways to do it, but I told you, I think they said, I need this much money or I need X amount of people cut. You know what the minimum salary is, Sean?
What's that?
$350K.
Oh my.
If you're on the main roster, that's what you're getting, brother. Sounds good. I don't know. I'm just jumping around here to find a few different things. We're going to talk about SmackDown. I saw that 3-hour thing too. Pause. Come on, y'all. Why y'all pausing me, man? I was being genuine when I said that.
Bro, I'm sure you were. That's the problem. Oh my.
Play. Speaking of problems, MVP comes in, Sean. I don't have the full quote for you, so maybe we could just read a little bit of this. We're gonna have to
Wrestling Purist puts out that MVP says that he has zero respect for Paul Triple H Levesque when asked about how Levesque views talent of color. Let's just say this: Bobby Lashley was a 2-time WWE champion, and after he took over, Bobby Lashley was reintroduced to the mid-card, or reduced to the mid-card, excuse me. Bobby Lashley is a show, I guess, show more at this point. Something like probably Bobby Lashley is a main event guy. But, yeah, I mean, I don't see anything wrong that MVP said.
Hold on, I'm going to try and catch the last part of it here. I just pulled it up on my phone. Bobby Lashley is a bankable, marketable guy and a 2-time WWE champion, just got reduced to the mid-card, whatever. What I said specifically in response to the person on my Instagram page was that you see it. it's my opinion of how he chooses to book certain talents. Some people say all the time, "Oh, MVP's just gripping, MVP's just crying," or excuse me, griping. Okay, well, just watch the program. Who were the people in the top spots under his leadership, and who were given the opportunities? And I'm not talking about NXT. I'm talking about the main show. I have my opinions based on my personal experience, and at some point on my podcast and my YouTube show, I'll go in depth and talk about it. About what my issues are with that man. And I'll be honest with you, my issues with him have nothing to do with race. My issues have to do with him as a person and our personal interactions and the things that he said and did that caused me to have zero respect for him. But I'll get into that on my own show, which is Marking Out with MVP and Dwayne Swayze.
Insane.
I don't know, Sean. I feel like this week we don't do it too often, but it feels like the lap we've been telling y'all was coming, and people are.
Conrad and I have been telling y'all this for the longest, bro. Like, this is exactly what we predicted.
Yo, shout out to McKinney. Play. Don't let no one pause you, man. Jocelyn said, I've been seeing the frustration tweets, but why aren't they throwing that at WWE and TKO? Most have been engraved that they won't boycott it. Target is feeling it. Why won't y'all let them bleed? Listen, Jocelyn, I couldn't tell you. Some people, I think it's the two H's. Me and Sean have said this for a while too. Why do you keep watching Raw when it was bad for a decade? Hope and have it. You will hope it gets better. You like pro wrestling. They've got people. What's the word? In a chokehold, I guess, for it. I don't know.
Well, wrestling fans.
Yeah, they love pro wrestling, man. The only person they care about is Cody Rhodes. I wouldn't say that either. Like I said, I don't think anyone's safe. If you don't have a no-cut deal like Roman Reigns, you're not safe.
I don't think Byron Cutler is that far off. I think unless your name is Cody Rhodes, they really don't care that much about you.
Listen, Sean, on that contract, if it doesn't say you cannot be cut, that's the only people they care about. They will make sure it says you can't be cut. You'll never be fired by us. We'll let you know.
All right. Well, Byron Cutler said something I agree with, and then he said something I disagree with vehemently.
The Stephanie McMahon.
Please.
Sean, you're not enjoying her little podcast bits every week?
Oh, she makes me sick. She is
so. Never trying to spit the water. You've been married to this person for how long? Come on, fam. Come on.
Let me tell you something. If you looked up the word disingenuous in the dictionary, there'd be a picture of Stephanie McMahon. The woman who booked herself to slap every professional wrestler in the face and never get any comeuppance. How dare, stay home.
Linda got her.
Rock got her. She slapped over 100 men.
Or test. Yeah.
I mean, she beat Big Show like Big Show was her son.
Actually, I felt bad for Big Show that one time. They had to make
you should have felt bad for Big Show because Stephanie took advantage of him, like Stephanie takes advantage of a lot of people. Like Stephanie stole Triple H from China. Don't get me started.
You know who didn't get to do it though? Who got in trouble for it? Dusty Rhodes when he put his hand in her face.
Oh, God rest his soul. Dusty wasn't going to be disrespected by that little.
If you will, Mac and Dream, baby.
And y'all be lucky I'm a Christian, bro, and I don't want to mess up our show because I got some words for Stephanie McMahon and her punk ass husband.
MJB says, it's safe to say WWE Creative are a bunch of kids playing with fire. I understand that certain things are inevitable being a wrestler or talent. I think that it's a tough job for everybody to do because so many parts have to work with other parts. This is run like a real corporation now. Before, it was one guy, one vision, and you better get with it or you're getting out. It's not like that now. It's a mess. There's going to be people, there's going to be disagreements, and they don't want to pay people. Period. That's what one of the real issues is. They're not going to pay people. We're going around as TKO is in the hole, $3 million debt. Endeavor as well. Yeah, they spent a lot of money. Remember the AEW joke for years? Like, they're not profitable. Yeah, you spent money. Now you got to make it back. Like, that's how business works. Dusty got fired for putting his hand in Steph's face. No, he didn't get fired for it. He just got, don't do that to Stephanie because she's a main character. You know how it goes. Tony Storm will call Stephanie McMahon. Hey, I don't know what that means, so I'm not saying it. I'm not saying that one. Sean, there's a new champ, though, on Evolve. Kali Armstrong. I think she's going to be someone to be on the lookout for in NXT when it's time.
I mean, yeah, she's fire, but, to me, she's a low-budget Jada Parker.
I think that you got people when it's time to move some people up because NXT... Cut it out. Because when it's time for NXT, man, I don't... I guess. Well, can we just jump to that? I'm jumping to it. What did we do this week on NXT?
Oh my god,
bruv! What did we do? What was this? Which one shocked you or upset you more?
Well, I was upset about Stephanie McCurr, but I immediately knew that she'd be called up. But I actually became more angry regarding Ricky Saints because Ricky Saints lost the title and is not being called up. It's weird.
Wait, he's not now? I thought he was.
Well, I heard that it was 50-50.
Mm.
So he better be getting called up. Otherwise, it's just ridiculous at this point.
Ego. So here's the rumor. Ricky Saints lost the North American Championship to Ethan Page. I'm sure you guys saw it. I was shocked. But JC Jane beating Stephanie McCurr is wild, fam. Wild. Quill said NXT went to hell this past Tuesday. Listen, this was supposed to be not in the NXT arena. It was supposed to be in an arena, and they couldn't fill it up. So they went back to they booked the show out. And this was what I don't know. This was one of those you just tried to do too much crazy stuff, fam. Let me see here. Okay, copy that. Interesting. Think on that, Sean. We have a note happening here. Tricky Trick Williams here with the TNA Championship, TNA champion. He's gonna be facing Mike Santana this week.
Look, I love this. I love the cross brand. The only thing I don't love are those stupid heels.
Like, brother, you're tall enough. What are you doing?
Yeah. By the way, that promo that Santana cut on him was fire.
Santana is the TNA guy. I'm telling you, like that's 100. What they need to put around. Yeah. So Stephanie Baker, she's on Raw tonight. Expected to join the Raw brand, and Jordan Grace is expected to join the Blue brand.
God, Stephanie Baker is more than deserving. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Jordan Grace is trash. Trash. She is a no-talent hack wannabe of China.
With this.
She is horrible. Oh, my God.
I think Jordan Grace has potential.
That's you and you alone because I cannot stand her. Every time, you know what I do when I see her on TV? I say, God, that's 15 minutes of my life I'll never get back.
Come on now.
She is horrible, bro. She is charisma, none. Mic skills, limited. She's just a big person she's a China wannabe. God rest her soul. She's a China wannabe. She is whack, bro. She is wiggity. Oh, my.
Oh, my. Sean, did you know Fightful has reported from WrestleVotes that WWE NXT is going to run the 2300 weekend, 2300 arena on August 19th, a week before AEW begins its residency. What a coinky dink.
They're relentless, bro.
Oh, Sean, but there's more. The NXT Great American Bash Show is now going to be on the weekend of July 12th, and they're going to start at 2:30 Eastern Standard Time. Because they thought they had them before, and then they said, "Oh, it's starting at 3." Well, now it's 2:30.
So what time does All In start?
3 p.m.
That's disgusting.
They switched it.
That is disgusting.
They switched it. Said, "Thought you had us," and They're following, but they don't have.
You know, AEW is getting railroaded. They're getting. This is ridiculous. What WWE is doing. They should be ashamed of themselves.
The same thing happened to Jim Crockett Promotions. Actually, I thought Tony handled himself much better after the last pay-per-view too, when he answered that question.
Triple H is just like his father-in-law.
Who do you think he learned from? Speaking of his father-in-law, we have an update from the representatives of Janelle Grant and John Laurinaitis. And you may be saying, wait a minute, guys. The last time we talked about this, John Laurinaitis was ready to rip at him and go. He was on Vince's side. Not anymore. John Laurinaitis has agreed to cooperate and provide evidence in Janelle Grant's lawsuit against Vince McMahon and WWE. His agreement to a confidential settlement is a pivotal next step toward holding McMahon and WWE accountable and bringing justice to Miss Grant after years of sexual abuse and trafficking. Mr. Laurinaitis looks forward to moving on with his life. We cannot provide any additional details at this time.
I'm sure you can.
He flipped. He flipped for the flip he flip-flopped and flip-flopped and flip-flippers.
Flip-flop and fly.
Yeah, I don't know what else you want me to say. John Laurinaitis, he dropped the dime on Vince. Not that I feel bad for Vince at all, but also John Laurinaitis is
a scoundrel.
You're probably going to use better words than me. Dirtbag.
Yep.
Like, he doesn't deserve anything, truthfully.
I don't disagree with anything you said.
Yeah, and scoundrel is probably the best word to describe him. Just not a fan. Not a fan. When Triple H said, well, WCW did that and we were pissed, hypocrite. Yeah.
I can't believe they're running the show literally a half hour. Oh, my God, bro.
No, we got news on Mr. McMahon as well.
Original reporting by Brandon Thurston. It says that Vince McMahon's new company is called 14th and I, focusing on sports, media, and entertainment. Brad Blum, a former WWE executive and longtime ally of McMahon, is the president. Oh, my.
Do you know where 14th and I came from? I don't realize. Vince McMahon's father had what was it called? World Capital Wrestling. So I forgot the order of it. World Wrestling Capital, and that was the street where it was located on 14th and I in Washington D.C.
Yeah, well, the devil's doing a sentimental tribute to his father. Awesome.
I'm not going to read this. WrestleVotes on Backstage Pass provided this. Make sure you show them some love. SmackDown will remain 3 hours for the foreseeable future. I would tell you instead to go watch Hubbanomics when there is a special on instead before.
There you go.
Every time, man, because this was
I want to get down off my high horse, and because I got to tell Conrad something in front of all our wonderful viewers. I was wrong about the 3 hours. I was wrong. I always felt like more TV, more content is a great thing. Well, I was wrong because SmackDown is a snore fest. Oh my God.
Yeah. Insane, some of this. Insane. I don't know what they're doing. I guess USA's happy. I mean, what does USA have on it? It's SVU reruns at this point, right?
Pretty much.
They're probably waiting for the Chrisleys to get their next season since they got out, Sorry, we're not even going to get into this. Rumor has it Triple H is not a big fan of the whole Money in the Bank prop. That's one that I can kind of semi-agree with him on. It works when it works, but you don't need it all the time. I think it's watered down at this point. I don't know how you feel, Sean.
I'll never agree with Triple H about anything.
Behold. PW Insider. Mariah May was removed from AEW's website this afternoon, which means someone has departed the company is free and clear to go elsewhere. WWE sources confirm that she is expected to start there in the near future.
It's a mistake. I've said it before and I'll say it again. It's a big mistake.
We'll see. I'll say this. Let me go back to this real quick before we get to Thekla. Mariah May, I feel, is someone who I'm happy for her if that's what she wants to do and that's her goal. Like, I'm happy for her. I don't want to see people saying, like, oh, she was never good. But to the people who used to write, she is Timu Tiffany Stratton. I see you changing up. And I don't know if you saw they all got caught on screenshot this week.
Yeah.
When you said this, be careful the things you say because they will come back around to haunt you.
Yeah, she's Timo nothing. She's not Timo anything. But she's still.
She's got to be going to NXT to get the belt off JC. Yeah. JC probably had to be like, as soon as she saw this, like,
losing the title on the first day.
Thekla debuted on Dynamite from Stardom. That was interesting. She's going to actually have her first in-ring match this upcoming week, so make sure you guys are checking that out.
Well, let me ask you a question. Where else would her match be except in-ring?
It could have been a street fight, falls count anywhere, but it's going to be in-ring, Sean, in a one-on-one match. Yeah, you like that, don't you? That was on the spot, folks.
That was good. You came back with a good comeback. Good for you. Because I know you meant to say in-ring debut, but you said first in-ring match, and I was like, where else besides it? And you made a very good comeback. Good for you, Conrad. You're the best in the business just because of that.
Oh,
there you go. There you
go. Lucha Blog. Sean, I don't know if you remember this company. I don't even think we reported on this. Might have been before us. Aero Lucha sent out an email announcing that they are dissolving as a company, claiming that WWE buying AAA makes it impossible for them to succeed as an independent company. Fan investors will not get any money back. It's all gone. So this was ran by, can you name all of the Harris brother gimmicks right now? As many as you can name. Go. The Blue Brothers, I'll help you out. Come on. Tell me what else you remember.
All right. Jacob and Eli Blue, the Harris brothers. I think the Disciples of Apocalypse.
Yep. 8-Ball and Skull.
Okay. So yeah, I got 2. Okay.
Gerald and Pat, Creative Control.
Oh my.
They had a lot. There's way more, but we don't have time for this.
We don't have time for this.
We don't have time for this. They ran this. It was a fan lucha company though, and it was funded by fans, and it's gone. They like WWE blocked Rey Mysterio from doing it. I think he was interested in doing it as well, and then they were like, "Nah, you can't do that," and it didn't work. They hadn't ran a show in a long time, so they were cooked. What else do we got? The dates for WrestleMania 42 in Las Vegas next year are not believed to be 100% locked yet. The rumor is that Allegiant Stadium is locked in with a pretty big act that is unwilling to move dates that WWE are seeking for the show. They can't announce anything yet. Yeah,
all my single ladies, all my single ladies, all my single ladies. Now put your hands up.
Is that who it is? They got a thing coming up against Beyonce too, and I'm like,
I heard it was Beyonce. Oh my good, yo, see, WWE, it's turning into the minor leagues, bro. They're handling their business like idiots.
Listen, I don't know. USA Network has nothing live or new besides WWE. They're going to throw WWE money.
That's a fact.
Yeah, coming soon. The NXT is classic Mariah May. Mariah Mayweather's cut it out.
Wow, that's funny.
Champion. Mariah March debuts, someone said.
Mariah March. I like that.
Yeah. Everyone bites from someone else, usually MJB. It's wrestling. Super WrestleMania, here we come. That was another rumor that Saudi may get a WrestleMania called Super WrestleMania. Did you have that game as a kid? I remember that game.
I did.
Were you a Sega guy or a SNES guy?
Sega.
All right, me too. All right. Had Savage all the time. That was my guy. Savage and Shawn Michaels.
The techno version, the Sega techno version of Shawn Michaels music was my favorite. Want to hear it? Here it goes. Bing 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 bing. No, that was the techno Sega version of Shawn Michaels music.
Yes. I love it, man. JCJ needs to lose to Jada Parker. People are not playing.
Yo, Jada is yo.
I was talking crazy to Sean last week. I kind of would rather have Jada Parker as champion. I'm not going to hold you at this point.
Jada Parker is her.
Yes. Sean, keep an eye on that time for me if we have to make an announcement.
I got
you. We'll keep it moving. Let's get into our money in the bank.
Let's go black. I don't just so yeah.
It's the Black Album, and I'm back. All right.
Hey, I'm a hustler. I'm a hustler, homie.
So listen, when I got these graphics, these are the only people they have on the graphics, but we're gonna pull this one up. Let's talk Money in the Bank matches first. Let's get this out the way. You want to start with men's or women's?
Let's start with the women. All them single ladies.
Who are you liking for this? We do have one more qualifier tonight, so the final spots are going to be decided tonight. Who do you like?
You know what I think? I like the storyline of Roxanne winning and being in Judgment Day or being around Judgment Day and Liv Morgan getting jealous, along with the fact that she's getting close with Dominic. I'm gonna go out on a limb. I'm gonna say Roxanne Perez shocks the world. My heady pick is Naomi, but my heart says Roxanne.
Interesting. I am going to go with Naomi. I feel like this is it. If you're going to do it, you do it now with Naomi. You give her the opportunity. You got her in the mix with Bianca and Jade. I think this is your chance to do it. The only person that I feel very confident in saying nah to is probably Bliss and Julia, just because Bliss is wrapped up in stuff with Charlotte and Julia. I just see her becoming the U.S. champ for now. And Rhea Ripley. No, Rhea Ripley might be the one with the least because she just had the title. Like, she doesn't need the briefcase at all.
Fair enough.
Looking at the chat real quick here. People still talk about Jada Parker. I want Roxanne or Julia to win. They're already on that one. Rhea wins and calls her shot at Evolution, Clown says.
Not a bad pick.
That's the show that's going up against Beyonce concert as well in Atlanta. Remember when we didn't expect Cena to win the briefcase? That is true. That's true. How about Andrade sneaking in there on SmackDown?
Yeah, well, he could sneak right back up to the mid card because he's not winning nothing.
You got him and Seth Rollins. They're going to be there to do the crazy.
Only one choice for this match, Conrad. Don't insult the fans. Don't insult the chatters that are here gracing us with their
taking it all.
That's never going to happen. Let me tell you something. The winner of this match, and I'm going to tell you how the whole pay-per-view is going to go, as a matter of fact, because we're going to see a new World Heavyweight Champion at Money in the Bank.
Huh?
Oh, you heard what I said.
Don't play, bro.
I'm not playing. Jey Uso's my dog, but I'm telling you what's going to happen at Money in the Bank.
So you have Mr. Rollins winning this.
Rollins wins Money in the Bank and cashes in on Jey after or during the tag match.
I'll take Rollins as well, but I'm going to take Rollins to try to cash in, but he fails.
Really?
Yes.
So you say look, I love the idea of Jey Uso holding on to the belt. Now, Jey is over like Rover. Do you think Jay's going to hold on to the title?
Let me take this down. I'm tired of this guy right now.
Oh, my.
Look at here. You're supposed to be the Jey Uso fan, not me. Look. He is going to get super kicked into a crossroads. He's going to be like, Cody, think about it on Monday. I can't believe you did this. Oh, we need to get revenge for this. And he's going to do all this mess, right? Think about it. And then he'll be blaming, I helped you, Cody. I helped you stop the evil. And now you didn't help me. This is the thanks I get. It's all right there. Jay's going to hold this title till SummerSlam.
Well, no, that doesn't break my heart. Jey Uso, to me, is over like Rover. He deserves all the success he's been having. But I thought that they'd give it to Seth after he wins Money in the Bank.
We have a $5 super chat from our good friend MJB in the place to be.
There you go.
Oh, I forgot to mention. I didn't even want to give this time because it doesn't deserve it. Ric Flair airing out JR, shaking my head, tasteless. I secured my tickets to see Sting in Pittsburgh. Wait, which Sting we talking about? Every breath you take.
Oh, wow.
4 letters, 1 word.
Watching you. Every single day, every night. Look at Conrad. Conrad is in his bag tonight, y'all.
4 letters, 1 word.
Yeet.
Yeah, that sounded like a car horn. Yeet.
Solo, Conrad, you're in your bag tonight, bro.
Solo winning Money in the Bank and catching it on Cena might be worse.
That would be worse, Emleezy. That would be worse.
Could you imagine? Caught you again, buddy. John Cena.
I want it all.
And then, James brings up a good point. And then on the following Raw versus Gunther, yeah, I don't see that happening.
You know what? Good point. It's probably more likely. Big shout out to Guy Will Gamble. Maybe it's a better idea. Okay, yeah, I can see that. Maybe Jay barely beats Gunther, and then Seth Rollins cashes in. But you think you're predicting Seth is going to unsuccessfully cash in?
No, not unsuccessfully. He's going to try to cash in, but they're not going to let the cash in go through. They're going to jack him up before it happens. Okay. He's going to cash in, though, because weak. He might even do it on the Gunther match. That's the first place where I can see it happening, but I think it's going to be at SummerSlam. But even then, if not, it'll be
I like James' idea of Punk screwing him over.
You could do that, too. Most definitely. And you got Sammy in the mix, too, right? So he's there.
Well, Sammy needs to turn heel and stop playing.
I almost said a bad phrase. I caught myself. Ask me later what it was.
Oh my!
I think they messed up with Sammy. I think that Jeff Cobb thing. Like I think that, or not Jeff Cobb. Who's that?
JC Mateo.
Yeah, it sounds like someone's first communion. Come to JC Mateo's first communion.
I like that.
No, not him. Who did they just add over on into their group? Bronson Reed. I think they messed it up with that. What's Sammy gonna do now? Quill said LA Knight. I don't see it.
LA Knight's time is come and gone, man.
He should have won when Priest won. If you were gonna do that. Someone said El Grande America, bro. If they do that, I swear to you, I'm done. You know, Diddy had to pay Sting $2K a day to use that song. I heard that. That's what made me think about it. Actually, I saw that same thing. Rollins wins. Okay, all right. JC Mayo versus Solo.
I gotta admit though, Money in the Bank has turned into a pretty good pay-per-view because you never know what's gonna happen.
I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed it since 2011. Like it's a fun show.
But speaking of knowing what's gonna happen, we definitely know what's gonna happen in this match. And new.
Oh, Becky Lynch said, "We fooled you last time, but now I got to get my lick back." So. Manhandle slam. And then she said Lyra has to raise her hand, right?
Yep, Lyra has to bow down to the queen.
Or is it Becky will raise Lyra's hand if she loses?
No. Becky says you have to raise my hand if I beat you.
We shall see what happens with this, but I'm predicting Becky wins. I'm with you again. We got it wrong last time, but I'm doubling down.
That's the easiest, most predictable match of the night. Becky beating Lyra.
Yo, James, I'm so sick of seeing that too. Here comes the Becky Hogan tweets. Yeah, nah, man, we gotta chill with that. I can't believe Becky held off. I can't believe Becky held off on coming back for Good Creative, then thought this was it. Yo, I called it 2 weeks ago. Chad Gable and Grande Americano will be get a qualifying match. Becky said, "Raise my hand if I win." Respect. Main event, Sean. I don't really have much to say about this. Logan Paul and John Cena, a team I never thought I would see.
Well, I know what I want to happen. I want to see Jey Uso pin John Cena. That would be great.
No, I'm gonna need you to wake up from that.
Well, we know. It's gonna be Cody winning against Logan Paul.
Or Cody pins Cena, and then it'll be like, I'm on a title shot. Which I don't know why he didn't challenge and he made a tag match instead. But
adrenaline in my soul. Blah, 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 blah. Cody Rhodes.
That is disrespectful, sir. You gotta stop that.
I'm so sick of him, bro. He is so freaking corny. You can't tell me Jey Uso's not a better champion than Cody Rhodes from entertainment value.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
John Cena's better than Cody Rhodes. I said it. And I don't even like John Cena. I said it.
I don't know if I'm ready to say that either. Honestly,
Logan Paul's better than Cody. No, I'm just kidding.
He's definitely eating the pen in this match.
I'm just kidding.
Gotta eat the pen.
Yo, Clown, if Logan beats Jay, we riot.
Yo, Clown, that could be Sean will have a meltdown, bro.
I really would.
Wait, I literally got tickets to see AEW Sting. Guy Will Gamble was like $175 or something. That's crazy. Enjoy it. Yeah, for sure, man. Definitely enjoy that Sting sign-in.
Quilly, I like that. Uso Cena. That's a good idea. You know what that means. You're right. It's never going to happen, but you can't. I agree, Quilly. I'm glad Quilly agrees with me. It actually is a good idea to see Jey Uso. This is how you book a show. Jey Uso pins John Cena, and then they face each other at Crown Jewel, you big dummies. But WWE are big dummies, and they don't do things like, isn't Crown Jewel up next?
I think so.
Like, why are we? Isn't it champion versus champion for the stupid gold ring?
They better not do that again. No, you already.
Oh, they're doing it. Oh, that's a thing. See, Conrad, once again, I gotta school you. Once again, I have to enlighten you, Conrad. Chat, join me while I enlighten Conrad. Oh, let me quote Conrad when I mentioned that. Listen, let me.
That was that comment, right?
That was pretty okay. All right. I didn't see that one coming. That was not bad.
Cactus is a fool.
All right, so check this out. Let me help Conrad bring him back to real chat. Did you guys hear what I just said? I just said it's going to be Jey. It should be Jey versus Cena for the stupid gold crown jewel ring. And Conrad said they better not do that again. Why doesn't Conrad understand? Quilly, Guy Will Gamble, M. Leezy for Sheezy, everybody, MJB, everybody in this beautiful chat, can you please remind Conrad what I've been saying for 2 years now? And it goes a little something like this. WWE does not care about what you want.
It's dumb.
Who cares? They don't care what you think is dumb. They don't care what you think is good. They do what they want. This Crown Jewel Championship is a thing. Do you think Cody and Liv Morgan are going to go down as the only Crown Jewel champions of all time? No. It is an annual thing. Every year, they're going to give away a pointless gold belt and a pointless gold ring to the winner of the champion versus champion match in Saudi Arabia. Thank you and good night. That is the way it is, Conrad. Wake up.
This isn't about waking up. I don't trust, dude. Do you think they're going to follow through on their tradition of this? Nobody cares. You already proved to us last year the WWE Championship is more valuable to you than your World Heavyweight Championship. They're equal. I told you guys, they will show their true colors in due time and let you know which belt is more important. Did Triple H ever compete in one of those matches? No. You know why? Because he was in the room and he was like, nah, we ain't doing that. Because Vince, you think Gomez is going to allow someone to beat his precious WWE title? Oh, no, we can't do that. Sorry, big gold belt. Clothesline. Like, JBL would have beat him, I think, if it came down to it. Like, no, they're not going to do that. Yeah, like that. No, absolutely not. This is ridiculous. They need to stop doing it. Joe Compton, how are you, good sir? Welcome. Appreciate you. As of right now, if it makes TKO money, they're doing it. Saudi don't mind throwing money at what? Yeah, they might. You know what? McKinney's you're probably right, guys. I'm sorry. It's stupid still. The Crown Jewel belt of the Rings Equal Speed Championships. We never saw that green belt again after Braun won it in Saudi. Braun's probably got it at home. We knew that already. It was the Losers World title when they created it. That's terrible. Only dude that didn't do a job to Reigns gave it a shred of credibility. El Juggalo, what's popping, bro? What's popping? Welcome. Sean, we got another event, though, before that. At 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Saturday, we've got Worlds Collide.
I'm super excited about this. Can you tell?
Yeah. Rey Mysterio will not be wrestling on the card. Allegedly.
Oh, okay.
Unless there's a miracle. Here are the matches lined up for this show. We have Legado del Fantasma. They're out in these streets, man. They've been having a storyline of issues and what are we going to do? All types of stuff here. How do you see this one playing out for you, Sean? With
Legado, the Phantasmo win.
They're taking on who's in this match? Is it Dr. Wagner, Pagano, and Psycho Clown? Right. So
yep.
Honestly, I honestly say you put Psycho Clown and the homies over here. They don't need the win, but aren't they challenging for the tag titles at Triple Mania?
That's the plan.
So maybe they will win then. Maybe they will win. Yeah, we could do that, Sean. I'll just wrap up and finish up.
Yeah.
So if you guys see Sean dip out or if he says peace real quick.
I'll tell everybody. My landlord randomly decides I get an email saying he's turning off all my power, the whole building, at about 10 minutes from now. So unfortunately I'm gonna be leaving early and Conrad's gonna wrap up. But I appreciate you guys.
Just know that I'm sending him a bill. You can let him know.
There you go.
Going back through this, I see people talk about the hardcore title in there. Stephanie Baker and Lola Vice are also going to be in a match here. Not sure how you're feeling about this one, but taking
all I gotta say is Stephanie Baker.
Yeah, I'm going with Stephanie and Lola for the win. All respect to Dallas and Chick Tormenta, but Stephanie, I think the WWE talent are going over on this when they can.
Facts.
There's only one person I can see winning this possibly. Here we have, if you're a TNA fan, you know Laredo Kid. Laredo Kid's going to be in a match. Javon Evans, Ray Phoenix, and Ego. They're going to be going on in a 4-way here for the NXT North American Championship.
Javon Evans should win, but Ego's going to retain.
I think Javon Evans will beat him in a 1-on-1 instead of a 4-way. I think this Laredo Kid's eating the pin.
Yes. Yeah.
And we're gonna hear Ego. one of my like songs. I'm like, yeah.
Only thing good about this pay-per-view is it's taking place in the legendary Los Angeles Forum. Other than that, booty.
And in the main event, match that was
the main event. Lord have mercy.
We have Chad Gable taking on El Hijo del Vikingo, and they got receipts for y'all coming for this too. What? So in this, Vikingo's winning this. He's kind of their new favorite.
If Chad Gable wins, we riot. And on that note, I got 10 seconds, guys. I got to run. Conrad, hold it down. I'll see you guys next week. Nothing but love for you guys. They're about to cut my power off for 45 minutes. Conrad, appreciate you, brother.
Deuces. We'll hold it down here for the rest of this episode, man. Much love. We're going to put it on the solo layout for the remainder of this. Thank you guys for sticking around, though. Give me Vikingo for the win. I'll let you guys rock with me and co-host up in here, man. The AAA team wins, plays into the breakup of Legado. Could be, but like I said, McKinney, they got that shot, too. Steph's the new hotness. She's not losing until she gets to Raw. I don't think so. Stephanie and Lola are losing, and that part of the reason why they had her drop the title. I think they have her win, Clown. I think that she's going to be a huge sensation internationally for the main roster brand. Look at that. Chad Gable wins and renames it the American Championship. That would be so disrespectful. If Vikingo loses, we riot. I'm with Deanna. Ego, that's my favorite NXT theme. He comes out always laughing, man. All good, man. All good, man. Thank you guys for being in here. Next up, we had Dark Side of the Ring, final episode. So this is the end of our series talking about Dark Side of the Ring. Episode 10 with Muhammed Hassan. Very interesting episode. I was kind of hoping Sean was here because I wanted to get his thoughts on this. Guys, chat, feel free. Put your thoughts on Muhammed Hassan in the chat. Even if it was just during the time frame, the period. Muhammed Hassan, wrestler of the early 2000s. The gimmick was portrayed to play off of 9/11. If you didn't live through that, rough time in America. Things had definitely changed, but what is this company known for doing? Portraying things that have happened after the fact and letting people know about it. Muhammad Hassan originally started playing an American who felt targeted and betrayed and basically played the blame game. But it slowly eroded after having Davari join him, who is a producer now for WWE. They were beating down some of the top heels, Shawn Michaels. They got into it with Hulk Hogan. You name it, they wrestled them. Batista and Undertaker. But eventually the gimmick took a sharp turn towards the end where some of the things he did were questionable. You have to go back and watch the episode to see and know. But it became very different, but he went out there and he was told to do his job. And I like that Muhammad Hassan definitely was putting it out there and putting the blame on others for it. Like not saying putting the blame on, but some people are afraid to speak up after some of the stuff happens because, oh, it's not his fault. It's not this, it's not that. But I thought that it was appropriate to sometimes you got to speak up and say, hey man, I don't think this is the right thing to do. All right, boss, you're the one in charge. You're writing the checks. It's happening. We'll do it. You know, Muhammad was okay until Kali and Raja Singh showed up. Some of the things he was scripted to do was questionable. 100%, clown. 100%. Like it was ridiculous. Some of the things. McKinney says, in my opinion, his story wasn't worth a dark side episode because it was all about the character. His personal life was cool. Daphne should have been the final episode. Yeah, Daphne's was heartbreaking though. That one hurt my soul the most, I think, out of any of them. Like heartbroken after that one. But this is Muhammad Hassan today. He is a local native from not my area, but kind of my area in upstate New York. He is now a principal at a school or an assistant principal. He went back to school, got his education, and I think he's better off for it, man. Truthfully, like he's not feeling the aches and pains probably of pro wrestling like some others were who were involved in it for years, but talented performer. And I think if he would have just been given something different to do, he might have made a great impact in the business because I thought he was a great character and a good wrestler in ring, but you know, these are the things that you end up having to deal with. But like McKinney said, though, it was more so about the character that he had to portray and deal with and things that he had to do. But as a person, he's living his best life and he's making a difference in other people's lives. So I wish him nothing but the best. Joe Compton says he has bettered his life and found a way to put his previous career behind him. Yeah. And that's part of the thing with wrestling too, right? Like some people struggle with that. I think he showed you it is possible. And I think that might be why they wanted to end with that. Like sometimes it's a happy note. Like there's bad things when you're in the ring, but then you can also end on a happy note too. So happy for Muhammad Hassan. I forgot his last name, Mark C, who played Muhammad Hassan. AEW, man, we talked about it earlier. Me and BJ will be doing a review on Thursday this week on the Everything Pro Wrestling YouTube channel for Fyter Fest. It'll be Dynamite and Collision combined. They're going to be in the Mission Ballroom in Denver, Colorado. 4-hour show, way too long in my opinion, like ridiculous. But we're going to cover it on Thursday in quick fashion for you guys to just talk about Dynamite so we don't miss out on an episode. And we'll be there. So make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel if you want some of that. Be there. Also, the next week, we're going to get another 4-hour block episode. This is because of playoffs. It's not because AEW wants to do 4-hour blocks. Playoffs are kind of running rampant and games, sports games, everything. The whole schedule right now is a mess for TNT. Summer Blockbuster. Wednesday, June 11th, going down at the Moda Center in Portland, Oregon. So make sure you guys are tuned in as well. I will have to either talk with BJ or see if we can find another guest for that show as well. But we'll probably end up doing that on Thursday as well because you guys voted in the poll, and that's what we decided to make happen. Here's the lineup, though, for Fyter Fest this week. You got Kenny Omega defending the International Championship in a 4-way. You got Jon Moxley versus Mark Briscoe. FTR taking on Templaro and Atlas Jr. Thekla makes her in-ring debut. You are also going to have timeless Toni Storm and Mina Shirakawa with Mercedes Moné on commentary taking on Julia Hart and Sky Blue. You got the Hurt Syndicate. They're going to be out there and doing their thing. And we are also going to have LFI taking on Commander Kevin Knight and Speedball Mike Bailey. What do you know? And guys, we're going to get you guys out of here just in time. Fighter Fest should be good. Do you think Omega and Okada have a face-off? I don't know if they're going to do it just yet, Matt. They might wait until the next show. We'll see. We'll see. Listen, that's the match you're getting, though. One of the reasons to definitely go to All In Texas if you can. By the way, All Out tickets secured. Hotel secured. It's going down, man. We are going to be in Toronto. I can't wait to go to that show, man. I'm really looking forward to it. So there probably won't be an all-out review unless we do something live on the phones or something like that, but I'm looking forward to it. Joe Compton, he did say he would take a Legends deal if one was offered to him. That'd be cool. That'd be cool if they could do that. Summer Blockbuster should be dope as well. Someone said, Mr. Kennedy. Raw tonight, we got 2 triple threat qualifying matches for Money in the Bank. CM Punk, AJ Styles, and El Grande Americano. Which one of these is not like the other? Who qualifies here? Should be interesting. It's probably Punk, and then he can, chill in this ladder match, hopefully. Then you also have Stephanie McCurr versus Liv Morgan versus Ivy Nile. Technically, you could have Liv Morgan win here and just not pen Stephanie. That's one option if you didn't want to have her in 2 matches. Stephanie could work 2 matches as well. Ivy Nile, I don't see her winning. Congratulations. Enjoy that show. EPW in the house. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Mr. Anderson. I appreciate it, man. Listen, you know how we do here at Clash, man. I appreciate all the support we get each and every Monday, man. Next Monday, we'll be back again. Probably have reviews of everything that we just covered here, and we'll talk. Only everybody knows what the wrestling news will be after that. Probably gets a little crazy, but we'll be here. We'll have the coverage for it. For myself, Conrad Cushman of Everything Pro Wrestling. For my tag team partner, Sean Hubbard of Hubbard Wrestling Weekly. And for his landlord who ruined this show and made it so that I didn't have my tag team partner to discuss Dark Side of the Ring with. It's all love. It's all love. But we are out for this episode. I also want to let you guys know that we appreciate you all. We're going to be keeping up the coverage. We'll probably have to find something else to add now that Dark Side of the Ring is out, but we'll find something. We always get something in here. I wanted to let you guys know that all things are good. Join us next week at 6:05 Eastern Standard Time for another episode of Clash. And in the words of my good friend, my brother, Sean Hubbard, always remember, guys, evil never prevails. See you guys all on the next one. Peace.